You know what it's like when you have millions of thoughts in your mind, on the background, whatever you do? You're watching a movie, but you're not really watching it. You're having dinner with friends, but part of you is somewhere else, running through tomorrow's to-do list, replaying that awkward conversation from 3 days ago, worrying about something you can't even name. You try to rest, you lay down, and your brain goes, "Oh great, we have some quiet time, let me now think about everything." You wake up already tired. Not because you didn't sleep, but because your brain worked a night shift while your body was lying still. Sound familiar? You're not broken, you're not weak, and you are absolutely not alone. What you're describing has a name. Actually, it has several names. Anxiety, chronic stress, nervous system dysregulation, and it is one of the most common things happening to people right now, quietly, invisibly, every single day. In this video, I'm going to explain exactly what is happening inside your body and brain when you feel this way, why it happens, and most importantly, what you can actually do about it. Step by step. No therapy speak, no toxic positivity, just real, practical stuff that works. The symptoms. You'll feel very seen here. Let me paint you a picture of a day in the life. You wake up. Before you've even opened your eyes fully, your mind is already going, "What do I have today? Did I reply to that email? I need to call them back. Wait, did I forget something?" You're not even vertical yet, and you're already behind. You go through your day, and there's this background hum, like an old refrigerator that never turns off. You're fine, technically fine, but there's this low-level tension running underneath everything. Your shoulders are up near your ears, your jaw is slightly clenched, you're breathing shallow without realizing it. You get home, you sit down to relax, and somehow relaxing feels uncomfortable. Like you're supposed to be doing something. Like resting is wrong. Like there's a constant guilt for not being productive enough, present enough, on top of things enough. You check your phone not because you want to, but because the silence feels loud. You finally get to bed, and that's when the greatest hits playlist of your brain kicks in. Every embarrassing thing you've ever done. Every conversation you need to have, every worst-case scenario for next week. Your brain hands you a full presentation at midnight and goes, "Slide one." And the next morning, you wake up tired again. Does any of this sound familiar? Maybe you've also noticed you startle easily. Small things irritate you more than they should. You get headaches you can't explain. Your stomach is doing things. You feel a weird sense of dread sometimes, about nothing specific, just dread. That's not you being dramatic. That's your nervous system stuck in a mode it was never designed to stay in for this long. Or a passive-aggressive comment from your boss, or worrying about money, or watching the news, or thinking about a difficult conversation you need to have. To your nervous system, that stuff is the tiger, and so it fires the alarm, except the alarm never fully turns off because the tiger, modern life, never fully goes away. So your body stays in this state of low-grade red alert, constantly braced for something, muscles slightly tensed, cortisol slightly elevated, brain slightly in overdrive. Scientists call this chronic stress activation. And here's what it does over time. It literally reshapes your brain. A 2012 study published in the journal Nature Neuroscience found that chronic stress actually grows your amygdala, your alarm system, making it more sensitive, more reactive, more likely to fire for smaller and smaller triggers. So the longer you stay stressed, the easier it becomes to feel stressed. It's a loop. And here's the other piece. When your nervous system is in threat mode, your prefrontal cortex, the rational, calm, let's think this through part of your brain, goes offline. That's why when you're anxious, you can't just think your way out of it. Logic doesn't reach you, because the logical part of your brain has literally stepped out of the room. This is not a character flaw, this is biology, and biology can be worked with. Before we get to solutions, let's be honest about why so many people are walking around like this right now. Because it's not just you. Anxiety disorders are now the most common mental health condition in the world. The World Health Organization estimates that 1 in 4 people will be affected by a mental or neurological disorder at some point in their lives. And in the years since 2020, rates of anxiety went up by 25% globally, according to a study in The Lancet. So what happened? First, we never turn off. Humans were not designed to be reachable 24 hours a day, but now our brains are constantly processing emails, messages, news, social media, notifications. Each one is a small activation of your stress response. Multiply that by hundreds of times per day, every day. Second, we stopped moving our bodies. Physical movement is one of the oldest and most powerful ways your nervous system discharges stress. When the caveman ran from the tiger, the stress chemicals got used up in the running. We don't run anymore, we sit, and the stress chemicals just stay. Third, we lost our downtime. Real downtime, not watching Netflix while scrolling your phone. Actual quiet, actual boredom, actual nothingness. The kind your nervous system needs to reset. Fourth, we're sleeping badly and drinking a lot of caffeine to compensate, which keeps cortisol elevated, which makes sleep worse, which makes you drink more caffeine, round and round. Does any of this describe your life? Yeah, most people's too. They ran a clinical trial comparing different breathing techniques and found this specific pattern was the fastest way to reduce physiological arousal, faster than meditation. Do it right now, twice. You will feel something shift. Practical habit. Do this every time you feel tension building. In the car, before a meeting, in the bathroom, anywhere. Step 2. Move your body, even for 10 minutes. Remember how we said stress chemicals need to be physically discharged? This is how you do it. A 2023 meta-analysis of 97 studies published in the British Journal of Sports Medicine found that physical exercise was 1.5 times more effective at reducing anxiety and depression than medication or therapy when used consistently. You don't need to train for a marathon. A 10-minute brisk walk is enough to measurably lower cortisol and raise endorphins. A 20-minute walk in nature? Even better. Studies show it reduces activity in the part of the brain linked to rumination, the non-stop thought loop. Practical habit. Walk after dinner, every evening. 15 to 20 minutes, no podcast, no phone, just walk. Give your brain the one thing it never gets, a break. Step 3. Stop fighting your thoughts. Observe them instead. Here's something nobody tells you about anxious thoughts. The more you try to push them away, the louder they get. It's like being told not to think about a pink elephant. Now you can't stop thinking about it. The technique that actually works is something called cognitive diffusion from acceptance and commitment therapy. And it's simple. Instead of saying, "I'm so anxious," you say, "I notice I'm having the thought that I'm anxious." That tiny shift in language creates distance. You're not your thoughts. You're the person noticing them. And once you're observing them, they lose some of their grip. Another version, write them down. Every anxious thought, on paper. Research from the University of Chicago found that journaling for just 8 minutes before a stressful event significantly reduced the anxiety response. Getting thoughts out of your head and onto paper is literally cognitive offloading. You're freeing up mental RAM. Practical habit. Keep a small notebook. Before bed, write down whatever's circling in your brain. You don't have to solve it, just get it out. Step 4. Fix your mornings. They set your whole nervous system for the day. Here's what most anxious people do in the morning. Wake up, immediately check the phone. News, messages, social media. Within 60 seconds of waking up, your amygdala is already activated. Your cortisol naturally peaks within 30 to 45 minutes of waking. It's called the cortisol awakening response. It's your body's natural energy boost to start the day. If you add external stress on top of that, you spike your cortisol to a level it takes hours to come back from. Instead, no phone for the first 30 minutes. Have a glass of water. Go outside and get 5 minutes of natural light. This sets your circadian rhythm and tells your brain it's day, not threat time. Move your body a little. Breathe. A calm morning is not a luxury. It is literally neurological programming for the rest of your day. Step 5. Reduce caffeine, especially if you're already anxious. This one is uncomfortable, but it needs to be said. Caffeine works by blocking adenosine, the chemical that makes you feel tired. In doing so, it also triggers a mild release of adrenaline. For someone whose nervous system is already on high alert, caffeine is like throwing gasoline on a fire. Research shows that people with anxiety disorder are significantly more sensitive to caffeine's anxiogenic, anxiety-producing effects. You don't have to quit, but if you're drinking 3 to 4 coffees a day and wondering why you can't relax, this might be 40% of your answer. Practical habit. Switch the afternoon coffee to green tea, which has L-theanine, an amino acid that promotes calm focus. Many people notice a difference in their baseline anxiety within a week. Step 6. Protect your sleep like it's the most important thing, because it is. Sleep and anxiety have a brutal relationship. Anxiety disrupts sleep. Poor sleep makes anxiety worse, and round you go. But here's something hopeful. Improving your sleep is one of the fastest ways to reduce baseline anxiety, because while you sleep, especially in deep sleep, your brain literally processes and files away emotional memories. It takes the sharp edges off difficult feelings. Matthew Walker, a neuroscientist at UC Berkeley, describes sleep as overnight emotional therapy. When you sleep poorly, you wake up emotionally raw, reactive, on edge. Everything feels harder. Simple rules: same bedtime every night, bedroom cool and dark, no screens 45 minutes before bed, and no alcohol within 3 hours of sleep. Alcohol destroys sleep quality even if it helps you fall asleep faster. Step 7. Connect with a person, not a screen. Human connection is one of the most powerful regulators of the nervous system. This is not sentiment, it's neuroscience. When you're with someone you feel safe with, your brain releases oxytocin, which directly suppresses the stress response. Your heart rate slows. Your nervous system gets the signal. I'm safe. The threat has passed. A 2015 meta-analysis of 70 studies found that social isolation was as dangerous to health as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. We are social animals, and chronic loneliness keeps your nervous system in a permanent, low-level threat state. You don't need a party. You need one conversation, one real one, per day if possible. Call someone, have dinner without phones, sit with a person, and actually be there. That alone will move the needle. So let's bring it all together. You're not broken, you're not dramatic. You're a human being with a nervous system that got stuck in overdrive in a world that gives it very little permission to come down. The science is clear. Your brain is plastic. It can change. It can learn to feel safe again. But it takes consistent, gentle signals, not one big dramatic effort. Here are your 7 steps. 1. Breathe differently. The double inhale, long exhale. Anytime, anywhere. 2. Move your body, 10 to 20 minutes, daily, no negotiation. 3. Stop fighting your thoughts. Observe them, write them down. 4. Protect your mornings. No phone for 30 minutes. Light, water, movement first. 5. Watch your caffeine, especially in the afternoon. 6. Sleep like it's your job, because your brain literally heals at night. 7. Connect with people. Real connection, every day. None of this is revolutionary. All of it is backed by research, and all of it is available to you today, for free. The people who feel calm and grounded, they're not people without problems. They're people who have built habits that keep their nervous system out of the red zone. You can build those habits too. Start with one, just one. Pick whichever felt most true when I said it, and do it today. Your nervous system has been in overdrive for a long time. It deserves a break, and now you know how to give it one. If this video resonated with you, please share it with someone who needs it. You probably know at least one person who does. And if you want more videos like this, breaking down complex topics in health and daily life in simple human language, subscribe and hit the bell. We make these for you. Thank you for watching. Take care of yourself. I'll see you in the next one.